really came on and did a great job this year. I know we only had 2 graduating seniors, so we returned 30 of the 32. These 2 guys both returned. So as disappointing as this is, I relate a story of my time in college with these guys. And the first year I made the tournament, we got beat 5-0. And 2 years later, we won an NC2A title. So I'm hoping to build on that with these guys. I know they're disappointed and really frustrated right now, but thought they had a fantastic season. And to be honest, Seattle was a very good team. They knocked the ball around well, held it well, and put their chances away. So it was a good soccer match. I just wish we would have won 3-1 instead of losing 3-1.
All right, we can open up to questions now.
Yeah, so hard-fought loss tonight. How do you feel about your team's performance overall?
Tonight, again, I thought we were not as good as we could have been. And Seattle, again, I thought Seattle played a very good match. And were clinical on their opportunities to put things away. So, there was a pivotal point there when it was 2-1, when it was 1-1, when it was 2-1, and then when they got the 3rd goal, I thought it was going to be a really hard-fought comeback for us to equalize. Proud of the guys, just disappointed for them.
All right, and it's been like a real Cinderella story season for you guys so far. Now that it's all said and done, how do you feel looking back?
Well, again, I think there was some inspiration from this group thrown out there by the WCC coaches when they picked us to finish 8th out of 8 teams. And I think us going 6-1 in a very tough WCC conference was a really strong effort by this group, and we just weren't up to the challenge today in our first playoff opportunity, and going forward we will be.
All right, and going forward, I know this is a very young team. Do you think next year you could possibly repeat and come back?
I would be very surprised if we're not in this same position and moving on past this round next year, and I fully expect us to win the WCC next year as well.
That's all I got.
I want to start by saying just congratulations to all 3 of you on a tremendous season and an appearance in the NCAA tournament. How do you think the tournament appearance has changed the team or will change the team next season and going forward?
It's a learning experience, and they've had an opportunity to experience this and are feeling what it's like to get knocked out, and they're going to learn from that and figure out ways to not get knocked out in the future.
This is a question for Narciso and Bastian. Both of you are juniors going into your senior season next year, I should say. What do you take from this season and your previous time at LMU and carry with you for next year?
Sorry, Crumpy. Well, this year was huge for me coming in as a transfer, so it's just from the start, just trying to transition to this level. So, and then playing uncomfortable positions, so like positions I normally don't play. So I learned a lot this year, and I don't know. I just feel like I've been stretched out, and I know that next year I would only be better, and our team is just gonna get better.
Yeah, so I think this year we had like a lot of new players, and so I think that was a good year because like we got to know each other, and I think next year a lot of players will just come back, and I think we'll be like stronger, and like hopefully we're gonna win the WTC is gonna be the goal, and play the tournament and pass the first round. So I think that was a good like transitional year for every one of us, and we just need to move forward and keep working next season. Yeah.
And just to add on to that, where we were last year and the year before to where we went to this year, huge strides. And to return 30 of your 32 players, we're going to be set up in a very good way to be very dangerous next year.
This is a question for you, Coach. What do you think has led to the team's success this season specifically?
Primarily the influx of talent from our recruiting class, both the freshman group and the transfer group that came in made a huge impact. And, you know, you can coach as much as you want and be as good of a coach as you have, but if you don't have the players to step on the field, we had the players to step on the field this year. And I'm very excited about returning this group to next year.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
We're good.